Okay, I'm trying something new today. I'm trying an outside space. Let's see if the noises let me talk and have a conversation with you, or if this is gonna be the last time that I record from my open kitchen here. So, yes, yesterday I was listening to a really interesting conversation, uh, an interview with Joe Dispenza, and I I really like Joe Dispenza. I really like the way he teaches um, meditation and manifestation, and I love the fact that he always blends the science behind that, and that he had made a bunch of studies actually proving things. Because I am a nerd at heart. I love learning how the brain works, how like we can combine science with the mystics and everything. And for me that has been like a huge like opportunity for me to trust in the unknown, but with proof, because a lot of times I am that type of person that needs proof of things and doesn't just believe them. So in that sense, all the work of Joe Dispenza has been really amazing at doing that. And yesterday I was listening to this interview. I don't remember the name of the interviewer, I'm sorry. But it was a Spanish guy. And at some point he asked Joe about abundance. And I love what he said about abundance, because I feel like, and I being guilty of that too, abundance for many of us, or for a lot of us, or for most of us, we instantly, when we think about abundance, we think about money. That's like the first thing that comes to mind. And it makes sense. It makes sense because that's the easiest or the most like physical, let's say, manifestation of abundance. It's like having money, having the resources. But I love the way that he put it, and he was talking about like how instead of making it about money, about that wealth, he said, what if we actually focus on abundance of opportunities? Because when you have opportunities, then you can generate everything else. And like just think about that. When you have different opportunities, when you have different when things just happen and you meet the right people at the right time, and you go to this event and someone is talking about something that you had in your mind and you were ruminating about, when these little like synchronicities happens, when you start, yeah, talking to someone and you get maybe a new business opportunity, or you go to an event like it happened to me last year, and you met your future partner because you just went to an event and opened yourself to new opportunities, new possibilities. And I feel it's so powerful to shift our focus of abundance from just money to abundance of opportunities, abundance of love, abundance of synchronicities. It is so powerful because whatever we feel like we need the most, we put sometimes so much pressure on that thing that it becomes really hard for you to get it. Because when you focus on something so bad, like all your energy goes to that, all your energy goes to the lack of that, to your, in this case, lack of money. And the more that you focus on something, the more you get of that. So if you are constantly focused on the lack of money, love, health in your life, it's almost impossible for you to get abundance of it, because lack and abundance are the complete opposite, and are complete opposite frequencies too. And yeah, allow me to get a little bit more scientific, more woo if you want, like a little bit of both. But different feelings have different frequencies, and this like the famous law of attraction, who got like so many uh, followers on so many books and things written about it in the last maybe 10 years. It has something. There is something about it. And I feel like where a lot of books and mainstream things like The Secret, for example, what they fail on doing was to actually create a process about it. They kind of like make it, yeah, they kind of like market it as like think and you will get it. And yeah, no, it's not only like that. And I feel like a lot of people fell into that trap of like, you just think about it like a lot, like really focus on it and you will get it. But the reality is that most of the times when we think from lack, from the position that we are right now, it's impossible to get it. Because what you have to do is to actually turn into the feeling of what you want to get, of this abundance feeling. And I know when you are in the middle of lack and maybe you don't have enough money and you're worried about paying the bills and you're worried about this thing and that thing, it's really, I know it's really hard to focus on abundance. It's really hard to focus on the good things. But the thing is, if you cannot focus on abundance, on that thing that really worries you, and I feel like money and love are probably the biggest ones here, and health too. If you're really unhealthy, or if you really want a partner, for example, and you're not able to get it, and you're really focused on that lack, and you feel lonely, and all of that, what you can do, if you, of course, cannot automatically change how you feel in that area, it's focusing on the things that are going good in your life. And I know this might sound simplistic, I know this might sound like, here we go again, but I try it. I made my clients try it. And it works. It works. Because when you take all the pressure out of something has to work, you have to meet the partner, you have to get the money, you have to get healthy, because all those you have to are your lack talking. When you, instead of that, you switch your focus to the things that are going well in your life, you switch your focus to gratitude for all the things that are going good in your life, because I am sure there are at least 3 to 5 things that are going good in your life right now. I am completely sure. And even if it's something really small, but you are here, you are alive, you have another day. Who knows? Maybe this is the day that if you open yourself up to opportunities, to possibilities, if you get a little bit outside of your comfort zone, something good will happen. Because again, let me tell you this story. Last year, I was here in Bali, and last year I traveled for, yeah, the whole year before coming here. I came here in September. So all the previous months I was traveling, and I was traveling either with someone or staying in someone's place. So for 8 months of the year, I was with people almost 24/7. And I love being alone. I love my own company, honestly. I miss it when I cannot have these alone times. So my main goal for coming here last year was to have some alone time, to just be here chilling in a place that I've been wanting to come for years. And yeah, mostly to enjoy myself. And so I came here. For the first 1 week that I was here, or 10 days, I didn't talk to a soul. I really wanted to be alone. So, of course, I was talking to the people like in the restaurants and like the things that I needed to get, but that was it. I was not trying to make any social interaction. I was like, no, I need time for myself. I yeah, I need and I want to be alone. I really want to be alone. I'm not, I really want to get my energy back, to like center myself again. And then, yeah, then I might go out there and meet people, or I might not. And this trip might be a complete and other solo trip. I've done things like that in the past. And it's funny because when I say that I travel solo, a lot of people are like, oh, but you meet a bunch of people. And I'm like, not always. For me, most of the times when I solo travel, it's because I really want to solo travel. So I spend a bunch of time alone on purpose. Uh, that aside, so after about 10 days, I saw this event on a platform here that has a bunch of events happening. And it was like a breakfast, like conversation. It looked super chill. It was a Sunday morning, it looked really chill. So I'm like, let's go. And I think there were like 8 people or 10 people who said that were going. So I'm like, okay, that's a good enough number. I don't really want to be in a place with like 30 people right now. And I know that if 10 people said that they're going, they're probably not gonna go. They're probably gonna be like 7 or 8. So that's the perfect number. So I got there. And again, this is one clear example of opening yourself to opportunities, opening yourself to possibilities. I got outside of my comfort zone. I went to these events alone, and yeah, it would have been easier to stay at home, of course, watching a movie or just going to have a coffee by myself. That would have been way easier, way easier. But I was like, okay, let's shake things up. And I went there. From that meeting alone, we ended up being, I think, 7 people, but then 5 of us stayed for the whole day. I'm not kidding you. That never happened to me before. And like all of them were saying like, no, this never happened. We bond, like we create such a strong connection that we're right there at 10 in the morning and we left the same bar at 11 at night when they kick us out, basically because they were closing. We ate every meal together and we just started talking about everything. I don't know, energy flow, things flow, whatever you want to call it. It was unbelievable. Like time flied and no one really realized it. And from that meeting, one of those people ended up being my current partner. And there was another couple that are one of my dearest friends right now. We actually traveled together last year and now we're in different parts of the world, but we keep in touch. We're probably going to see each other again. We talk every week or so. Imagine that from just one meeting. And I know this doesn't happen all the time. I've been to a bunch of meetings like that where yeah, people are cool, but you don't really match energies or you don't really, yeah, you don't feel it. So it's okay. But this is the point. If you don't go out there, if you don't look for these opportunities, if you don't open yourself a little bit, it's really hard for those things to happen. People are not gonna come knock at your door. Money is not gonna come knock at your door. As much as people said that, oh yeah, it will just come to you when it matters or when you need it or something like that. I don't remember the phrase. You kind of have to open yourself to the possibilities. You kind of have to like put yourself in those places and allow whatever is there for you to come to you. But yeah, it's not gonna simply knock on your door. So yes, the whole point of this video is if you want more abundance, think about first of all being grateful for whatever you have, the smallest thing. It doesn't matter. For me, I'm like literally whatever in the world I am, I always take my mate with me. And it might sound silly, but if you're a coffee lover, you will get me. This for me is like my coffee. I cannot live without this. And it's also, it's mine. It says my name here because my friends gave this to me as a gift. I have this with, yeah, my Messi and like all the Argentinian things. And this alone, whatever I am in the world, this for me is something that I am so grateful for. And I know it's ridiculous, I know it's so small, but I'm so grateful every time that I can wake up in the morning and make myself a mate and just enjoy it. So literally look for the things, even the smallest ones, and think about abundance, not only as money, but abundance of love, abundance of opportunities, abundance of fun, abundance of creativity. Like, think about abundance in different ways. And I promise you, if you start putting yourself out there little by little, it's not that in one day you need to switch your whole life around, but start shaking things up a little bit. Try it out, see what comes up. I'm sure if you put yourself out there and if your intentions are pure and are from a place of abundance, all of the things that you want are gonna end up happening for you. I promise. Sending you a lot of love and see you tomorrow.